All it takes is one. Just get one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ships and Pucks News Pack for Thursday, May 26th. You can, of course, follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com, Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com, Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com, Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as the Area 51 Sports Network. And that's the theme. It just get one. As we are preparing for game 5, Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames at the Saddle Dome tonight, 7:45 time in Calgary, 6:45 Pacific, 9:45 Eastern, and it's win or go home for the Calgary Flames. But you just need one. And let me give you a couple of examples of just getting one as we go through our news pack. It was 3-1 last night after 2 periods in Colorado. The Colorado Avalanche were up 3-1. They got 2 goals from Nathan MacKinnon. One was just a .351, which was just an incredible individual effort. And then on the power play, and then Gabriel Landeskog scored. MacKinnon gets an assist. The Avalanche are up 3-0. The Blues get a goal with Tarasenko. It's 3-1. Not looking great. Looking like the Colorado Avalanche are preparing to go to the Western Conference Final. Well, Robert Thompson, it's halfway through the third period, 9:57. Robert Thomas gets his first of the playoffs from Buchnevich and Leddy, makes it 3-2. And then Jordan Kyrou ties it up at 15:14, and it's 3-3. And then, so who knows? But then Nathan MacKinnon, who 3 goals, 1 assist, what a night for Nathan MacKinnon. And both with an assist from Bowen Byram, and it looks like the Avs are on their way home, on the way to the next round, and they're setting up on an empty net goal there. They go in, the Avs go in, and Justin Falk makes a good stop. And then Robert Thomas gets his second of the game from Tarasenko and Buchnevich. We are headed to overtime, tied at 4. And then Tyler Bozak, 36-year-old, former Toronto Maple Leaf, doesn't play a lot overall because they were reducing their ice time. Craig Berube was reducing their ice time, making sure the key guys are out on the right play. And the Blues come away with the 5-4 overtime win. So see, all you need to do is just start. It starts by getting one, and you build, and you build, and you build. Bozak, by the way, played 7 minutes and 16 seconds of that game. But the Blues are heading back home to Friday to do another win and go home. And they're in another situation of just get one. Here's another one, by the way, as an example. Sweden's up 3-0 on Canada in the Hockey World Championships. Canada heading into the third. Then 1:21 in, Ryan Graves scores a goal. 3-1, nothing big. Pierre-Luc Dubois and Matt Barzal, happy birthday, Matt Barzal, 30 seconds apart, score in extra time. And then a penalty happens in overtime. William Nylander takes a penalty. Drake Batherson, sharp angle shot, beats Linus Ullmark. And Canada is moving on to the semifinals with a 4-3 win. So it just starts by getting one. That's where the Calgary Flames are quite simply are at. They need to just get one and see what happens. You're not going to win 3 games in a row tonight. You just have to win one. Win or go home. That's just that simple. Jacob Markstrom will get the call and goal. Looks like Chris Tanev took the morning skate. We'll see what happens if he's playing. I suspect that he is. Darryl, Sutter, a couple of things that Darryl Sutter said today in terms of everything else. He basically, one quote from that he's been he here is, maybe our guys are doing everything they can, and maybe Edmonton guys are just better. I think he's putting out a little bit of a challenge here. As far as Matthew Tkachuk, he asked about his effort. He just used a skills get used more to his advantage. It has nothing to do with effort. Give Edmonton credit. Our guys are doing all they can. Edmonton's just done it a little bit better. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Game 5. There is one more Game 5, and the weird series and the weird playoff run that is the Carolina Hurricanes continues. They play the New York Rangers tonight back in Raleigh. Hurricanes have not lost at home in the playoffs. They have not won on the road. So we'll see if that continues there. And that is what's going on there in terms of that game. That is a Game 5. Just back to the Flames for a quick second here. One other news note to get to, and then we have some Vancouver Canucks news to get into, is the Flames have terminated the contract of Dmitry Zavgorodniy. If I said that correctly. He was a draft pick for the Flames here a couple of years ago. Just played in North America here. Dmitry Zavgorodniy. He was 21 years old. They terminated the contract. He sounds like, according to reports, just had a tough time adjusting to North America life here. He was a 7th-round pick in the 2018 draft, second year of his entry-level deal. Played 2 seasons. Played in Rimouski, put up good numbers. North American hockey wasn't his fit. 1 goal, 5 points in 41 games with Stockton across 2 seasons. Was a healthy scratch. Played on the 4th line. Spent part of 21-22 in Sochi in the KHL. His loan was cut short when everything happened with the KHL. So Zavgorodniy, apologies, I'm trying to make sure I pronounce that name correctly, is out there, and so they're moving on from that. News in Vancouver. Of course, the first one is around Alex Chiasson. Alex Chiasson, there was a report that he was signing in Switzerland. That is not the case here. No indication of that. As far as we understand, Alex Chiasson wants to come back and sign with the Vancouver Canucks. That would be his priority after his season in Vancouver last year. According to Rick Dollywall today, the Canucks have not made a decision on whether or not they will sign Chiasson or not. That's what they will decide after preseason or after free agency season. Chiasson, of course, 13 goals last year, 9 assists, 22 points for the Canucks in 67 games. So we'll see what happens on that end there as well. The Canucks also signed Linus Karlsson to an entry-level deal today. He's been on the Canucks radar for some time here. Karlsson, entry-level deal, expected to play in Abbotsford next year, and so getting a little bit younger in Abbotsford, which I think is one of the things that I think this organization has wanted. 52 games in Swedish last year, led his team, Skalipita AIK. I'm having a fun time with words today. Leading the team in goals, 26 goals, 46 points. Alvin says he's a good goal scorer, plays a solid 2-way game, and is coming off an impressive rookie season in Sweden. So that's the other thing. And our thoughts are with the Brock Boeser family today. News came out as well in regards to Brock and his dad is not doing well. We've known that, and it took a kind of a step in the wrong direction. Of course, I'll just read the statement from his Lori. Our beloved Duke is skating his last lap around the hockey rink. He's at our home resting. Our family is close by his side. He's had some wonderful visits from family, friends, and neighbors. Please pray for his comfort and peace as he makes his way home to our Heavenly Father. And please pray for our children, as this is so very hard for them to let go. So our thoughts are with the Boeser family on that end as well there. Just to quickly, as we wrap up here, we'll just touch WHL. There were 2 games last night in the WHL playoff games. They will both be back in action on Friday. They will be back, but first we'll go to Edmonton first, and the Oil Kings win 4-2. Carter Souch gets 2. Justin Sordiff, Dylan Gunther adds another one. Owen Peterson with both goals for Winnipeg. Oil Kings up 3-1 in that series. And Kamloops in Seattle. Seattle was down on 1 in overtime. Nico Majanovic scores 11-16 into overtime. And that series is now tied at 2. Both of those games will be back in action on Friday. So that is the news for today. And of course, we're back tomorrow to recap whatever happens in Game 5 between the Flames and the Oilers, where we'll unpack it here. But you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy Canucks 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Devin Gordhouse 09, Christian Schneids SDHNEITZ. I am KEVOLE. Shifts on Pucks on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Hope you are having a great day. I know that it's been a lot of heavy news, just in the real world. In the real world, we're thinking of everyone today. Hug your loved ones, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.